Hello, I'm Pauline Osborne with Moving to Heal. Today, I want to talk to you about polarity, how to correct polarity, and also energy testing, or sometimes termed muscle testing. Now, when we're looking at polarity, we're talking about how the energy circuits flow throughout our body. And when polarity is on, the energy circuits are flowing in the right direction. When the polarity is off, it's flowing in the opposite direction. And when our polarity is off, it actually can affect our overall health and well-being and how we respond to certain treatments. So for example, I find when my polarity starts to get off, I feel more anxious and depressed and irritable, and maybe my health symptoms are flaring up. So sometimes just correcting that polarity can get things to settle down a little bit. It's not always enough for some people. Sometimes we need to bring in our other interventions that we use to support our healing process, but it's a very important tool. So first, the important part is learning how to test whether your polarity is on or off. And especially if you're feeling a little off, it's a good thing to check. So you're going to put your hand over your top of your head, and you're going to close your eyes, and then just notice which way your body sways. And then you're going to flip the hand and have the palm facing up towards the sky, and you're going to close your eyes and notice which direction your body sways. So your polarity is corrected and is on when the palm, when you move forward with the palm down, and when you move back with the palm up. Now, if it's off, you might go in the opposite direction of that. You also might find that you sway to one side a little bit, or some people won't move at all. And so correcting that polarity is actually going to be important. If you want to do any kind of energy or muscle testing, it's making sure that things are flowing in the right direction so you have a little more accurate answer. So if you are off, a simple way to correct this is to get a spoon. Okay? And you're going to do a figure eight. So let me just show you kind of what a figure eight looks like. Okay? And you're going to do it on the soles of your feet. So I'm just going to stand here a little awkwardly. And you can do it for about a minute on each side. Sometimes people need to do it a little longer. Okay? So that's one tool. Now, if you have mobility issues or you don't have a spoon with you, there's a tapping kind of sequence exercise that you can do. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to tap the thymus about 20 times. And I'm just going to go through this quickly, so it may not quite be 20 times I do it. And then you're going to go at the belly button 20 times. And then the side of the hands, a little karate chop on the side there for about 20 times. And then a total about 20 here, you know, the little relief kind of sensation. Phew! You do that. And then you can come across the body, kind of a crossover pull. So this is a tapping exercise. Also find the daily energy routine that incorporates some of these exercises is sometimes enough if nothing else is thrown off. Now, something else that can cause the polarity to be off is to be dehydrated, not be getting enough minerals or magnesium, and of course certain health conditions or toxin exposures can kind of throw things off. So make sure that if your polarity is still kind of off, that you hydrate, because that's enough to kind of throw things off. Now, once the polarity is corrected, and you might have to do a couple of these exercises more than once it's corrected, then you can begin to energy test or muscle test to find out what foods, supplements, and certain treatments may be beneficial to you. So I'm going to give a couple examples. So I have my quercetin supplement. Now it's in a bottle, so the bottle itself could throw you off, so if you feel more comfortable, you can take the supplement out. So just kind of keep that in mind. And I'm just going to ask my body, using the sway testing method, if it wants it or not. Close my eyes. So I sway forward, so that's a yes. When your body sways towards something, it's a yes. Now, I'm going to take a banana, because you can use this for foods, because from time to time our bodies may want a certain food and can tolerate it just fine, and other days it doesn't. So just kind of, it's a nice way to test, because we're all different on how we can tolerate certain foods, and it can actually vary from time of day to even day to day. So I'm gonna get a banana and ask my body, does it want it? And so I swayed backwards, and that's a no. So my body's not wanting a banana right now. And then for those of you who are doing the phototherapy patches, the light therapy, you can kind of take one of the, you can take a patch, I just take the box, or I like to visualize myself so I don't always have to hold it. But you know, as you become a little more in tune, you can decide what works best for you. So I'm gonna hold it up to my body and ask if it wants it. Does it want the X39 patch? No. So I'm all patched up already, and I had already tested earlier. But if my body said yes, then I could ask myself, where should I place it? A common place for the stem cell patch is below the belly button, back and neck, near the adrenals. Sometimes I like to use it to help with getting my iron levels up a little bit, so I might put it at the ST36 spot. So I might ask myself, you know, which spot, like say for example, does my body want it below the belly button? And it'll say no, but my body doesn't want it right now. But you can use that. You can place it near that spot, but obviously it's not very practical. If it's on the foot, though you could take off half the patch and put it on and just see. I also just like to visualize it in my mind's eye, and then I don't have to worry about that so much. So I hope I've given you some tools to help with correcting polarity, understanding about how it can affect your health, and then also how to energetically test, so maybe your answers can be a little bit more accurate, something that no one had ever taught me before until I got into doing some of the phototherapy patching. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.